And I'm Dylan Black. Who doesn't love birding? Yeah, looking at birds, learning about birds. This guy knows some things about birding. He's with the Gilligallou Bird. His name is Bob Volks. Hello, Bob. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
We've been buddies for quite a while.
A long time.
Yeah. Gilligallou Bird. Number one, why the name Gilligallou?
Make a long story short, basically, it was my ancestors, my mother, her family. It's a bird. It's a mythical bird from the Paul Bunyan stories.
Oh, really?
But so my grandfather would, if you were involved in something around the farm that you weren't supposed to be doing, he'd call you a Gilligallou Bird.
Call you a Gilligallou Bird.
Say a Gilligallou Bird. Get out of there and get over there where you're supposed to.
So it can be like a bad thing sometimes.
Yes. So, but it's that mythical bird image thing that we wanted to kind of create as we went forward, and
yeah.
I just thought it was kind of a cool name. Everybody'd either forget it or remember it. So
Gilligallou, I love it. I love it. Now you have two Gilligallou Bird locations.
We do.
So you've had the one that's of course out in the Almont area.
Yep.
So for 7 years now.
That's correct. We're in our 7th year in Almont. Yes.
And then you decided to move all the way into the big city here.
We did.
And right in the heart too, like Preston.
Yes.
About a year back.
We were a full year, August 25th. It's a cool location. We got a kind of a nice, cool little building with some traditional hardwood floors, and our whole concept to build the stores is based on reclaimed materials. We didn't, so we have some slab lumber, and we get some really cool things that we've developed the amenities inside the store. Yeah.
What is it about birding that you love so much?
We're part of it. You know, nature and us are the same thing.
Yeah.
So we try to promote that. The other side of the fence is that we wanted to bring a unique and different feel and product line to the market that it didn't have it before. As we were talking earlier, I kind of liken it to our pets, to our dogs and things. We want to feed those quality products. We want quality products as a consumer.
Yeah.
So we want consumer value and we want food value for our animals. This is the same thing with birds.
Okay, we'll get to the product coming up, but I mean, right now, autumn. I mean,
yes.
So you see a lot of birds sort of going in different directions. So what exactly happens at this time of year with birds?
So it's a really unique time. We have a lot of different things that happen in a various spans throughout the summer, but basically, we have a lot of birds that migrate to the area into Ontario. They want our bugs. They want to have their young, and then they want to go back to the sunny south. So that's been part of the process coming in. Part of the process going out then is when they're finished. So some birds we only have for 70 days. Other birds are here still that have come in the spring. So we're seeing a very unique thing with non-historical weather you know, that we're having this year. Look at the humidity, the temperatures that we have. Look at all the storms that we've had in Texas and Florida and pushing that air from the southeast up to the northwest. It's changed a lot of the patterns. So we're really seeing some unique and different things for some birds that have already left, have all of a sudden come back. So I monitor and follow and go to various places on a regular basis and just monitor what I see. And if people check out our YouTube channel, actually there's a video we did last week of maybe documenting what you see in your backyard, because we're all about creating that habitat in the urban yard.
And I know your YouTube videos are quite educational.
Yes, that's what we try to do. Yes.
So do you see a lot of different things happening then in the backyards? Obviously, if you're going all over the place, but from Almont to, like, say, you're in Nepean, you're in Barhaven, is it a little different, obviously, in Ottawa?
It certainly is, but it's habitat.
Yeah.
So if you have a postage stamp backyard, you have a habitat. You see the same birds that you'd see in a rural area, to a point, obviously. But we're expanding as humans. We're the dominant species on the planet. So we're expanding into areas that are forcing the other species, like birds, to change. So we can help them and we can work with them with the products, but also with the habitat that we create in our yards. Okay,
interesting. And I know that you brought a lot of neat products, and I definitely don't want to run out of time because it's a lot of work for you to bring this stuff in here. So where do you want to begin? Because I know right on the end, we'll get to the food perhaps last, but right on the end, because squirrels sometimes can be an issue.
Yeah, so when we're wanting to feed our birds and we're wanting to watch our birds and have those, you know, we want to keep the so not so friendly people off, and the squirrels are one of them.
So squirrels.
Yeah. So this whole section here is a unique system in that we can add to it. We can we have a ground screw that goes in the ground, then the pole goes in the ground screw, the baffle goes on it. We have multiple tops, we have multiple arms. I just brought a small sampling of what you can actually put on the systems, but it's a full system. It's solid steel. It's painted black and then powder coated over top, so it's meant to last. It's very durable, very accessible to a lot of different types of things things you get on, and it stops the squirrels from getting up the pole. Yeah. The cage is a little bit different in that it's a kind of more for our nuisance birds. So common grackles, pigeons and starlings and things that sort of dominate the feeders, that's designed to keep them off and allow the little birds to go through. So we have a whole host of things that we have solutions for people, and that's what we're about. We're about enhancing the people's birding experience and providing solutions.
Okay, so are squirrels a real issue then?
Tons of squirrels. They have not, it doesn't, on the fringes, they have some natural predators, but in the urban areas, so where we are on Preston Street, for instance, and a lot of the people that we deal with in the fringe neighborhoods there, they have no predators really. Mm-hmm. The odd cats, perhaps, the odd coyote, perhaps. You know, and they have babies 2 or 3 times a year. You know, yeah. So they get into people's houses and tons of
lots of squirrels.
Lots of squirrels.
And they want to disrupt the eating day of a bird.
And they like.
Okay, but you actually have human consumption stuff here too?
Yes.
Is this coffee?
So this coffee product is very unique. It's a small farmers co-op in the coffee region, so South America, Mexico, those types of areas, in that it's a habitat creation project. Okay. So it's a cloud forest, rainforest grown only. They utilize all of our migratory birds that go to those areas, as well as the native birds, to eat the bugs off the coffee plant.
Oh yeah.
Eliminate pesticides. Okay. And you have a higher yield in the coffee regions.
But 30 seconds left, Bob. Tell us why your bird seed is different from other.
It's food grade or human grade. It has absolutely no fluoride or waste in it. It's bee friendly, so it's pesticide free in terms of neonic pesticides. It's only the highest grade, which ensures a very, very high consumer value and a very, very high food value, and it's packaged in a safe way.
That's wonderful.
Most bird seeds are not have packaging processes that, like peanuts and corn, for instance, are very, very toxic if they're not handled properly.
14 Mill Street in Almont.
160 Preston Street in Little Italy.
2 locations for the Gilligallou Bird.
Thank you so much.
Bob Volks, thank you very much for being here.
Pleasure.
Hey, if Bob wasn't amazing enough for you, guess what? We actually have amazing people that voted amazing people next on Daytime.